Wait, don't turn the channel. You've tuned into High Gravity.
The show where we talk about beer, brewing, and whatever else.
Where the only thing we take seriously is the next round.
So grab a glass.
Fill it with something cold.
And enjoy the show.
Cock this one.
Yeah. Actually, I'm going to do this like I used to do the
We going?
show. Yeah.
All right.
We're started.
So-
Welcome, everyone.
Welcome. So today we're doing mead.
We're
Johnny's
doing
getting-
a honey episode.
That's right.
which is mead.
Honey wine.
and other.
Yes.
And honey,
Whenever people ask me about, like, what's mead, I'm always, it's
Meat is
Honey.
this.
So,
Oh,
I was hoping
God
for the
damn, that
pop.
was depressing as
I
shit.
didn't
he's
hear
opening
anything.
the cork and it didn't pop. Mead is just honey wine. I always tell people it's as basic as honey, water, and yeast.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
is a mead.
And it's the oldest known alcoholic beverage.
That's right.
That's out there.
That's in debate by the winos, but I'll agree with it too because I prefer mead. So see if I can get this to.
Honey wine.
Oh,
There we
that was a
go.
good pop.
There we go. There we go.
Opa!
I'm good at faking it.
There
God,
we-
that didn't come out right.
We did have to give our glasses a very.
That's nice.
We had to give our
Yes.
glasses a very hearty rinse with the Star Sink because the Dark Lord we were drinking previously just sticks to the glass. If you
this
listen to
is,
the last episode, you will know that like we drank some heavy stuff.
But that way, so everyone knows how these episodes go, we normally do 2 and 3 back to back.
Yes.
So by the second or the third one, like we're on now,
Yes.
that's when shit really starts coming out.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We've imbibed in the high gravity, so the second or third episodes are always going to be more cheeky.
Yeah.
Or maybe not. Maybe we just all get a little drunk and a little somber, and we start singing sad songs.
We'll get there. That's tomorrow.
So this, tell us about this mead, Johnny.
So this
before we
is
get into it here.
Schramm's mead, and in all fairness, I probably should have looked up some more
And
about his
Schramm's,
meadery.
Schramm's is fantastic.
Yeah, it's
they are
Michigan-based.
One of the
Yep.
best, if not the best, meaderies in the state.
If you're looking to get into brewing, so when I first started, Ken Schramm, who, as far as I know, owns this, excuse me, meadery.
he do.
He writes a book. I believe it's called Modern Mead Making, a reddish cover. If you're looking to get into making mead or just brewing in general, 100% required reading.
Yes, absolutely.
So
It's very good information.
I have used that book and applied it to making everything that I have brewed to date. He gets into the science behind yeast, its life cycles, how it works, making mead, like the equipment sterilization, different ways that you can make it. And the best part, there's a whole bunch of recipes in the book. This is not a mead I've made, but every mead that I have made is based on one of his recipes.
And this mead is?
So this is the ginger. So a lot of people ask, what is mead? So this one, it's a honey wine, is kind of a easier generalized descriptor for mead. It is technically its own category. It's not a beer, it's not a wine, it's not a liquor.
is a
Mead
mead,
is
yes.
mead.
Yep.
So what the difference is what goes into your wort. In this case, like you said, honey, water, and yeast, and that's generally it. Sometimes people will put like a like sodium or what is it, sodium metabisulfite, whatever that is. Stabilizer, just something so you don't get some wild fermentation. I don't actually use that in mine. I'll use
and sometimes if you're not going to boil it, like if you're
Yes.
just going to fresh pitch, like you.
Yep, that's what I do.
You have to. The honey itself is it's going to kill the yeast.
Yeah.
It's antimicrobial, antibacterial, and
See,
I can
I've-
get into a lot of that later.
Oh yeah, I've done it without. I've done it with.
If it's raw honey, I should say.
Yes.
Raw,
Yeah, I use raw,
unpasteurized
unfiltered, unpasteurized, all that. One of the times I bought honey from a local place, it had a dead bee in the top.
Honey. Yeah. Well, we can get more into the local honey production. That's
Yeah.
a passion of mine. But
Oh
let's,
yeah, I know
let's-
some local company that does.
But now
it, and it's
mead
pretty good.
is higher percentage too on ABV.
Yeah.
typically.
so
it's,
this
it's more-
one-
it's wine. It's more like wine.
Yeah, this one's a 14%. This one is fermented with ginger.
And you should see the bottle. Like even though he's poured it, like the
yeah.
bottle, the
Elegant.
color has stained the inside of the bottle, and the clear bottle has
So
got this amber
this
hue
is
to
one
it.
of
It's
those
beautiful.
those discount ones I was talking about a few episodes ago. So this bottle was originally clearanced out to $17.99.
Which is actually very inexpensive for this bottle
for that
in
size, yeah.
general. They're normally like $30 or $35.
I paid $1 for it.
So we're gonna see.
I
if it's
bought
worth
everything
$1.
I had. So before I do that, I'm going to read his description real quick because I didn't realize it's on here. Schramm's Mead prided itself in producing meads made with only the highest quality ingredients. Signature mead is flavored with pure grated ginger root and honey. This mead balances sweetness and acidity with an intense and lingering ginger flavor. Yeah, it is. That's a true gem on its own or paired with pan-Asian cuisines, including Thai and Indian.
I could see this going really good with just based on the,
But now I'm
description.
curious, ginger takes over very easily. So if
Oh
you use
my
too much,
And the
God,
smell
yes.
of it, I'll tell you what, I've gotten the
It's
smell.
without a doubt in the nose. Yeah.
The smell is heavy ginger. I would say I smell the age of the
Yeah.
ginger. It's got almost like a woody note to it in the kind of aroma.
I would almost describe this as Verner's with honey.
I kind of smell like the alcohol in it too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Like it's up there.
it's got a smell I wouldn't describe as pleasant, but I'm not really a big ginger guy.
Yeah, I like ginger.
think it's
I
nice.
love this.
Yeah,
That's
so
a good
I
smell.
think that's what it is for me. Is I'm not
So
a
I
big ginger
have
fan.
this is a 375 ml bottle. I've got the 750 bottles.
You brought the wrong one then.
Well, I didn't know if everyone would like it or not.
I'm gonna, based on the smell, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say no for me. But
Yeah.
I haven't tasted it yet. So are we ready to give her a sip?
Okay.
I'm like halfway through my bottle. I love
See,
this.
well, shit, I missed out. Let me give it a
this
taste
is,
here.
Yeah, this is
the virgin
Let's
experience.
get first impressions.
I don't hate that.
So normally mead is extremely sweet.
Very.
Yes.
It doesn't have the overpower sweetness to it.
No, you still get honey flavor.
Yeah,
I can taste the honey in it. The ginger, and maybe it's aged out a little bit, but it's very smooth.
yeah,
Yeah, it's not
very
bitey.
smooth into it.
It's not bitey. A lot of times ginger, it's got that really sharp bite,
Yeah.
that kind of like lemony kind of bite, like a lemon has.
Yeah.
But ginger, it's got that like sinus opening oils
Yes.
that are in there, and this doesn't have that kind of
settles my
like
stomach issues. It's phenomenal. I feel great after
Well,
drinking a
for-
bunch of
I can drink
fermented
this like
ginger's
Kool-Aid.
great for the gut.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't make your sinuses burn like a nice fresh
The-
ginger will.
So the first time I went to that clearance bottle thing at that place that I'm not gonna name, and I'm not telling you because you're gonna give it away.
I won't give it away now. I want this stuff.
Yeah.
I did actually the second drink. I do get a little bit of that kind of like just the tiniest bit of that little kind of
Tingle?
ginger burn in the
Yeah.
back of the throat.
In the back of
yeah.
the throat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I like that part of
Oh,
ginger. Yes, in the
almost
back
said
of the throat. Yeah.
Back of the throat, just like my wife likes.
My wife.
We
She's
misinterpreted
gonna
that
hate me
joke
for that
earlier.
now.
Only if she listens.
Don't pretend you get past the gums. We all know.
I'm not allowed to talk about this.
Anyways,
I'll just shut up.
He's under NDA, non-dick agreement.
so
Ouch.
anyways, I that's not what she said.
That's not what she did. Never mind.
Anyone else? Sheets warm?
Anyways, moving on.
Anyways. So this was one of the first cases of mead and beer that I bought that night at that particular location. And I cracked this open before any of the beers or anything. I almost went back that night to buy more, but the next night I bought all of it.
So
Like all the ginger.
When you drank it fresh, how would you compare the flavor to now?
Well, I mean, it's about this. I bought this like last year or the year before.
Okay, so it hasn't evolved much since then.
No, not at all.
Okay,
No.
okay. I was just wondering if maybe the ginger was more sharp or.
I don't know actually how old most of what I bought those couple days is.
Tastes fine to me.
I mean, the bottle's clearly stained a bit, as we discussed there.
It's a
So-
clear bottle for
It's
those who
got some
can't see
age
it.
to it because
Yes.
it's smooth. Even with the ginger, it's really smooth.
And mead generally hits its peak drinkability about 5 years. So I'd say it's probably at least that, if not a little bit more. So it's probably
bottle.
yeah,
I
it's
ne-
probably
whenever-
fallen off a bit.
Whenever I make mead, it's not something like I keg all my beers, but like
Yeah.
mead is something I bottle because like you want it to sit for 6 or 7 months.
You need
like
age. Yeah,
sitting there,
I have one carboy of it in my kitchen. It's probably going on 2 years in that, and
Yeah.
I've only racked it once. I need to do it at least one more time to get some more of that sediment out.
And I
but
suppose
it's phenomenal.
You could do like say like a lower gravity sweetened mead that you could keg and serve,
no,
and it wouldn't
higher.
need to. I agree. But if you don't want it to have to sit for 6 months on a bottle, because it's one of those things that's like I like to
So,
make it for Christmas presents. So
the
like you
the
make
biggest
it
thing
like,
with the mead, though, and with a
March.
lot of wines, is you need that aging process.
Yeah.
So just aside from the fermentation, a lot of it just kind of takes time to meld those flavors together, mellow out to mature.
It's like making chili or red sauce. Like
Exactly.
it's better out of the fridge the next day once the flavors are solidified.
So I always call it farm chili. So growing up, my grandparents lived in a farm, quite literally over the river and through the woods to my grandparents' house. And we were there every weekend in the summer, all throughout the week. And we had what we called farm chili. So it was never the same. It was never predictable other than it's going to be good. And we all fought for that last bowl. Because throughout the week it would change, and Grandma would add some, just some carrots here or something.
And that's what
a couple days later,
my
it's cooked
grandfather
down.
used to save the bones to whatever meat he made, pork or beef or chicken, and then when he made his red sauce, he'd throw in whatever bones he had in the freezer to flavor the sauce.
And it was always developing, and it changed throughout the week. One day it might be a little too spicy, the next day might be a little too soft, but a couple days later, oh my God. And just any of that, the more it sits and develops, the better it gets.
Yep. And I think booze, beer, mead, wine, etc. Like it's just a lot slower scale.
Yeah.
And it's interesting depending on the container it's put in. Like the opacity of the bottle, or whether you're aging it in a carboy or you're
and we
aging
talked
it in
briefly
a
on
barrel.
that one of our last episodes.
Yep,
was
how
that,
beer skunks and things.
Yeah, that's like I've had bad Corona right from the store.
Yeah,
but every
it's a
now
clear
and
bottle.
then,
it's going to skunk if they've got lights
and every
on it,
now and then you get one of those fresh bottles. It's like, this doesn't taste like Corona. This is amazing.
That's why I like when I drink a green bottle of beer, I kind of expect a little bit that skunk, and I rather enjoy it honestly.
Yeah.
Like I like
This
Carlsberg
one
and
shouldn't
Grolsch.
be. So I have another treat
We've
that I
got a
brought.
homebrew bottle here in a
I think
in
this
a
one-
Grolsch bottle, which for those that know the Grolsch swing top. I love the swing top. That's satisfying when
The
you open
ultimate in laziness for the home brewer that doesn't want to step up to kegging.
When we first started bottling, and I think I told this story before, we wanted to do our first batch. We found the cheapest pop top because you can't do a twist top, which was Newcastle, and those were in clear bottles. And at the time, we were playing a lot of ping pong in my garage, so we would drink. We'd get 2 or 3 cases of Newcastle, and me and all the boys would drink as many Newcastles as we could because we got 10 gallons to bottle up. Like we gotta drink 80 bottles of Newcastle or whatever.
I always did the math, figured out how many bottles I need plus a few extra, so I was just buying the big packs of Sam Adams.
Yeah. Well, once I discovered Grolsch, I didn't. A friend of mine, he's from Bulgaria. He came over from a village in Bulgaria and introduced me to Grolsch. And there's a bar in Detroit that had the big swing top bottles, and we would go there all the time and drink Grolsch together. And I absolutely love it. And so when I see an opportunity to drink Grolsch, I always order a bottle.
And
of Grolsch.
these in particular, and the unfortunate truth about Grolsch bottles, at least in our area, not a lot of people like it and drink it.
Which is surprising to me.
Yeah.
Because if you like say Heineken or Beck's, Grolsch is a better version.
Yeah.
I think that they're comparable in taste, but it's just better. It's cleaner. It's crisper. It's just
so
a nicer
the problem
drink.
is they sit, and
they're
I've had
heavy,
a lot of skunked Grolsch.
It's kind of skunky to begin with. I think
Little
that's
bit,
kind of
and
narrative.
that was like the comparison I just made of Corona. I first experienced that with Grolsch. Some old ones, and then it was like Kroger started carrying it, and I bought one, and it was so much better.
A lot of distributors don't like to carry them, because I had a friend who is a delivery driver, and he hated anywhere that ordered a lot of 40s because they're so heavy.
Yeah.
And Grolsch bottles are like bulletproof.
They're in 4-packs.
Thick. They're heavy.
And
those cases are super
That's one thing
heavy.
I'll say for home brewers, and your market may vary, and I'm cheap. I do not like the Easy Cap bottles because it seems to be thinner glass. The Grolsch bottles, hell, I've dropped these and they don't break.
Yeah, they're bulletproof.
Which is why
it's
it
like
was-
anyone who's had a can of Sapporo, like the big
Oh
can.
my God,
Like you try to
yeah.
squeeze it, and the thing's like, oh, this is made out of like aircraft aluminum.
You try to
or some
crush that
shit.
on your head, you're dead.
So
No.
I think we should have had your mead first because I drink a lot of mead and I'm not a fan of mead because normally it's way too sweet. But I'm pretty sure this Schramm's here ginger mead is one of my favorites I've ever had.
Well, I think
Like I've been quiet. I'm just sipping over here, just keep thinking about it. Like this
as
is
far as
good.
mead goes, I really feel like a lot of places add honey afterwards. They back sweeten their
Yeah,
mead.
just to get it up.
Yeah,
I
and I
have
like dry. I like a dry mead with just a touch of honey. I don't want it to be sweet necessarily, but I want it to
But
taste
this
like honey.
ginger has that spice
Yeah,
in it.
it does.
That sits on the
So
palate
I
there.
have there's
enjoy
a
that.
medium show mead and a sweet show mead that were recipes from his book that I have. I'll dig through my back stock collection, but I have more homebrews following his recipes I can bring in, so you can see that real
It
variance.
shows
of
he's
it.
in Ferndale. Does he have a place you can go to?
I believe there is like a tap room or something. I think
I
for that
actually
place.
don't know about that.
I don't either.
I've only
I don't
ever
know for
gotten
sure, but I
Schramm's
thought there was.
distributed.
Yeah.
We could Google. I could text.
I didn't even
Senpai,
realize
he would tell us.
I
if
didn't
he
even
would.
realize this was Schramm's till like 2 weeks after.
My brewing
And I've
mentor
got-
introduced me to Schramm's, and
Yeah.
it's always like whenever
Really
we have
good.
Schramm's
Oh, yeah.
meads at the bottle shares, like Keith brought some raspberry Schramm's
I have-
and a boysenberry Schramm's, and they were just absolutely ridiculous. They were
I have
so
a
good.
cherry, a nutmeg, and one or two other ones I think of is.
Man,
And they're phenomenal.
the ginger does stick on your palate.
Oh,
when
yeah.
when I breathe out, I get that ginger.
Yeah.
This would be, if you had a cold, this would be amazing to drink, or even
That's
warm.
why I bought everything.
Even warm. If you warmed this up,
Yeah.
or even mixed it with a tea, put it in tea, like a
So,
warm tea, this would be
I had
phenomenal.
a half bottle of ginger and a half bottle of the nutmeg of that, and I blended them together. Oh.
Yeah, I could see this being one of those situations,
Oh.
like you got a sore throat,
Yeah.
and like it's just really
We're talking about the
good.
Grolsch bottles. So one thing I will say, you got to be careful not to overcarbonate, because if you turn a Grolsch bottle into bottle grenades,
Yeah, yeah.
that is some scary
It's
shit.
a bad
So
time.
how are you carbonating now with these?
So this one didn't actually carbonate, unfortunately. I left it in secondary a little too long, and it kind of killed everything. But generally, I just do the in-bottle carbonation. So predominantly what I do, and I'm the odd man out at this table, I know that. I do a lot of the extract beer kits, just I don't have the room for all the equipment.
No, it's
So-
there's nothing wrong with that. I've read lots of studies that even extract kits are indiscernible from all grain.
I'll give
All
more
grain's
credit
just a
to the
lot
all
cheaper.
grain stuff, though.
It's more effort.
Yeah.
You have to understand what
And
you're
I-
doing.
Extracts have won competitions
Yeah.
against all grains.
Yes, and all grain
But
is cheaper. I think
Oh,
that's the
without a
reason.
doubt.
Yeah.
I
As far as the
look
grist
into
goes.
anything like cooking and grilling. We've talked a bit about that. I give anything to the more artistic side of things. So to the all grain guys, I tip my hat to all of you. I have not yet had a chance. I've done it like with the specialty grains and steeping those, but I have not personally done an all grain brew yet. But when I do it, I'm not even gonna lie. I straight up just use the priming sugar that comes in the kit.
And
So,
that's-
let's see if she says
She doesn't even see
she's
us.
not gonna look at
Oh,
me.
it's Deb?
Okay.
So Deb just walked by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I,
Didn't say hi to us.
One of
How
our members
rude.
here.
That's
Yeah.
what I hate about bottling was getting the sugars just right for
Yeah.
proper carbonation.
That's
because
why I cheat with the kit.
you never it's so hard to tell, like, yeah, you can
Yeah.
you can measure and you can understand, you can get it, but like how active is your yeast in the bottle?
Yeah,
You know,
like the root beer story. Did I tell the full root beer story on one of you?
you're asking me.
Was it alcoholic root beer?
Well, I'll tell you what.
kind of.
Let's
We'll save that for another episode.
I would say we can. I was going to say let's finish these drinks
Yeah.
and get into your
one,
your
yes.
homebrew there, so we can
So
make sure
we got to kill this bottle first.
Well, here
y'all
I'll-
can split that.
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't get a
I got an
refill
extra pour, so.
because
There you go.
I didn't think I was going to like it. So, and again, I don't think that I would go out of my way to buy this bottle if it was at the store, because I know that Shram's has so many
For
offerings. that I
$1,
love.
you wouldn't.
But for a dollar, no, absolutely. Like if it was $1, I'd
For
buy
$1, I'll
everyone
buy the
they
whole
have.
store out, yeah.
I'd buy
That's,
everyone
that's
they
what I
have.
did.
Off this?
I'd give them away as gifts if nothing else.
When I realized that these were all meat, like I thought they were beers, so I was grabbing one of everything I saw. Like straight up, I grabbed one of everything I saw. Got home, realized 2/3, 3/4
bought
what I
all
just
of them.
bought
I'm
was
so
mead.
jealous.
I went back the next day and I bought everything.
Yeah, I don't care if I liked it or not.
Yeah.
I've been to bottle stores before where they're like these dust covered
I have
6-year-old or
something,
7-year-old
yeah.
bottles. They're like, oh, I'll give you a deal if you want them, and I'm like, well,
That's
what
the
kind of
best
deal would
stuff,
you give me
yeah.
if I buy all of them?
Yeah.
And then you just buy them. If they're crap, it's like, oh, I only spent $2 or $3 on
Mm-hmm.
each one of these bottles, and like if nothing else, like you can use it for cooking, use it
Yeah.
for something, like
Yeah.
the imperial stouts that I bought that like. Oh, this is crap. Like, hey, I'll make a pot roast out of imperial stout. That's
Yeah.
just fucking good.
So I will say, in Ferndale, I've been to Bee Nectar before.
I have not
And
been,
yep,
but I wanted to
Episode
go.
13, they're barrel aged, amazing. I love that
Caitlin
one.
loves their.
We should try to
Necronomicon.
find that for our 13th episode.
Yes, but I
Their
looked.
Necronomicon she
But I
really
looked.
likes.
Schramm's has a location in Ferndale that you can go drink at.
Sweet.
So I know that's going to be my next location to go stop at
Excellent.
now.
Excellent.
Or maybe one of these
Looks
days
really
we can be
nice, too.
fortunate enough to do our podcast to other breweries and highlight them, or do
I'd
maybe some
love to
some,
do
some
that, yeah.
live casts. It'd be fun to do like a live cast from like different breweries and just
Oh,
kinda,
yeah.
like showcase their beers. And
We'll definitely
sure.
have to have someone drive us though.
Yes.
the great thing is, I married a great DD who doesn't drink.
You got one of them youngins who can drive.
I have a 17-year-old. We're good.
Yeah, there we go.
Perfect, all
Yeah.
set.
Was she that upset with you the other night when she picked you up from the bar?
No,
Oh,
she's just happy she can drive.
I don't know if anybody heard, but you're leaving. I yelled, "I'm sorry we kept him out so late."
Well, I remember Monday night.
Yeah.
She was bringing you back from karaoke.
Now you're making me sound like an extreme hobbyist.
Well,
Hey, we
you were
don't go
at
to
the-
meetings.
You were
I mean,
at
this
the
is a
brewery
meeting.
that you own, and we were all having a great time. I think a lot of people went next door to Commercial House to have
Yes.
drinks afterwards, but I had to drive to Detroit on Tuesday, and fortunately now as of this week, I go Wednesday, Thursdays. So
Nice.
Monday night karaoke's I get to enjoy
so
myself.
Excellent.
Monday,
excellent.
that's when we went there.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
That's my daughter had to come get me.
It's a blessing.
Only because she had the vehicle, not for any other reason.
No, there was other reasons for
Well,
sure.
I'm trying to make you not sound like that much of an enthusiast. Come on.
She got to drive the Dodge truck that we just got, so she's all
Nice.
happy.
Very nice.
I gotta say, this mead, I feel like it, I don't know if it's the ginger or what it is, but I feel like it
Feel good?
The alcohol just goes into effect now. Like you can feel it in your sinuses. Like it's
No,
like
you have the
absorb
bottle
it.
in
She's
front.
got that nice spice
Yep.
on that back.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
The alcohol
All right,
vapors
just
went
one's
with
good.
it.
Let's figure out what you have
All
here.
right, so I'm 90% certain this is.
Do you want me to rinse the glasses first? Because that ginger's a
Oh,
really
yeah,
strong
that'd be
smell
great.
or really strong taste. Here, let me go out.
I'm going to rinse with
Go
my
give us a
water
quick
because I
rinse.
am not going to waste this beautiful, beautiful stuff. Well, that ginger actually carried through the water rinse too.
I believe that. But it wasn't overpowering. It just
No,
smooth.
it's
It was
a
really
good,
Really
mellow kind of flavor. Like I said, I call it like Verner's with honey. And like anytime, like I said, if I've got a cold or I'm feeling like crap, I'll drink some of that and it's fantastic. I love it. All right, so this one, I'm gonna wait till you sit down there. So this came from my
ginger would
fridge.
shine
I'm
through.
like 90% certain this is a braggot. I'll know in a minute here.
The sound of
Oh,
the,
yeah.
the Grolsch hinge unhinging. I still have a trace
So what
of
flavor
Dark
is
Lord
this
in my
again?
glass.
So this, I'll pass it around to you guys because I don't want to pour too much near the computer. So this is a braggot. This is something they discussed in the book. Someone's doing something back there.
Getting hammered.
So I'm sorry this one doesn't
Having
have the
some fun.
clarity. When secondary fermentation, it settled a bit too much. And when I realized how old it was, I had to bottle it.
I gotta
So,
say, beer clarity
little-
is probably my least concern when it comes to like styling
wait
guidelines.
till you get to the bottom. So what braggot is? So braggot is essentially a beer mead hybrid. So as we've clearly discussed in the show title, I like higher alcohol beverages.
High gravity.
So I like Belgian triples. So I took a Belgian triple kit that I bought from Cap and Cork. And then I'm trying to remember the exact ratio. I meant to grab my notes when I left home and forgot. But basically, I took about a third of the extract out and replaced a little more than that equivalent weight with honey. So that gives you kind of the honey backing.
It has the honey smell to
Yep.
it for sure.
And when that ferments out with the higher yeast tolerance, you get a lot of high alcohol, you get that honey taste, and you get the mead beer kind of hybrid.
I like this better than the mead even. The flavors, it's just such a juxtaposition without the ginger.
There's a lot of the yeasty to it. I don't like that
I will
part.
say,
I
this
don't get
has
a
a
lot
lot
of
of
yeasty.
flavor to it, though.
Yeah.
It does.
A lot of flavor.
I get chocolate, like right across like the middle, like not up front, not in the back, but I get a little bit of
I
chocolate.
can see that.
Like just
It dries out really quick, too.
Yes.
it's got like a really like a aftertaste kind of like you get from like a really good like amber or like
Yeah.
a light brown, like kind of like that caramely malty, like the not quite sweet,
Yeah.
but those
Caramely, not sweet, yes.
Yeah.
I agree with
So
that.
it's round. It's I heard it, I hate to say a round flavor, but like I
Yeah.
think people get it. Like it's smooth.
There's two things I don't like about it that I'm not happy about. The yeasty kind of non-settled being one of them. That's just mainly because of transportation. Towards the bottom of it, it's there very dominantly.
Brewer's yeast is good for the gut.
Oh yeah. I need to drink more then.
And constipation.
The other thing I don't like, I like everything carbonated, high, heavy carbonation. This didn't, and
Yeah,
I
it's
was
not
very
carbonated.
I was very disappointed in that, and that is completely on me because I let primary fermentation go like a couple weeks longer than it should have. I put it in secondary, and I forgot about it for like 3-4 months. I'll be
the
honest.
yeast just dies out on you.
Oh, I completely.
I'm not worried
killed
about
it.
the carbonation. I mean, it does pull little flavors out sometimes.
Yeah, I like carbonated stuff, and I was very disappointed that it didn't. And I know we've discussed a few times that I could
open
dump
them up,
it,
dump them in a
force it,
keg.
rebottle
Yep.
it.
Yep. I've got a bottling
But
gun. You know,
I'm
shout out Blickman bottling gun, the best Blickman
I
technology
love
that ever
Blickman stuff,
existed.
man. Their Hellfire burner fucking awesome.
I got mine that was based off the Hellfire, the local brew store that used to be here, Adventures in Homebrewing. Now they're based out of Texas. They were bought by I think American Homebrewer or something like that.
Yeah.
And they made their own like custom turkey burners, those like turkey deep fryers.
The jet burners, yeah.
And they bumped it up to like 160,000 BTU
Whew,
from
nice.
like the 25,000 BTU that you normally get. And I've got a
Yeah.
keggle, and it gets my keggle to boil in like 10 minutes,
Yeah.
even with
I
like
think
11
this
gallons
thing's
of
like-
liquid, and it's like now.
I think this thing's like 140,000. I'd love to get one of those Edelman ones with all the nozzles you can focus and stuff, but that's like $600.
I'm moving to all electric 240.
Electric's the way to go.
Yeah,
It is.
It is.
But,
Yep.
eh.
I've been
More
really.
consistent on the heat.
I've been really into
You can
like
set it and
claw
forget
hammer,
it.
like claw hammer supply. Like I've really been into
Yeah.
their equipment. All American made, welded steel, everything
Yeah.
like that. And the 240 brings your boil up in 8 to 10 minutes instead of like the the standard like 110 or whatever.
Yeah.
You get like it's going to be like a 25-minute boil. And when you're a home brewer, a lot of times when you can't get motivated to dust the dust off of your equipment is because of the time commitment.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what I think extract brewing really brings to the table.
Oh, yeah.
Is my
Like a couple hours start to finish, you're done.
exactly.
Yeah.
And my Hefeweizen that I make, the honey Hefner, which kind of leads into this here with the honey flavors. I make a honey Hefeweizen that has always been an extract brew. Like I can do it all grain, but it's an extract brew because I turn it around super quick because it got drank super quick. It was my lawnmower beer.
Nice.
It's that 4.3%. Very, very high volume, so like super well carbonated. It's crisp, it's clean, it's sweet, it's dry. Because I will ferment with honey and brown sugar, so you get a little bit of that like brown, that kind of molassesy character, along with a little bit of that floral character from the honey, and then you take.
I love you took that
Oh, he
picture.
got
It's
it.
like,
yeah.
fuck
Sorry,
you,
Darrell.
Jim.
Darrell was taking selfies. It's like he's some kind of like millennial or something. Come on. And then when I would keg the beer, I would rack it and wash it over a sieve with some like crystallized honey, like because I always have
Ooh.
crystallized honey,
Yeah.
just so that like the liquid would wash over those kind of honey crystals and melt it into the keg. So I
like
would
that,
always put a couple of cups of honey into the keg. It's not enough to like make it sweet, but it gives the kind of the floral honey nature, gives it a little bit of that punch.
I like that,
Because
yeah.
with wheat beers and Hefeweizens particularly, you get those kind of like wheat spices, the kind of like the warmer, kind of nutmeggy, cinnamony,
Yeah.
even bubblegummy, banana-y flavors. And honey really makes that punch through. It gives it that
Yeah.
little bit of extra oomph that it needs.
I just love honey. Like I said, I wish it was
Same.
more clear. And I know I could run it through like a filter to get rid of some of that.
Don't
but
filter it. No.
No, I'm gonna leave it. The only bottom, like I said, I'll let you guys kill some more of this bottle, and then I'll take the rest out. 'Cause
I think
it's more on the bottom.
I've done different clarifying experiments with similarly with a Hefeweizen, like
Yeah.
throwing some, like flavorless gelatin in there.
I
to
tried one of
settle out
those-
the proteins.
Yeah, I
and
tried one of those two. I never tried
ruined
the
it.
yeah
It ruined the Hefeweizen.
the 2-part one, and this is what a lot of people got to be careful with. If you're going to use a clarifier, look at the ingredients that go into it.
Yeah,
So
don't clarify a beer that's meant to be cloudy. Don't clarify a wheat beer
I'm even aside from that,
unless
if-
you want to.
whether you want to
hazy.
clarify something or not.
Oh, yeah.
So I talked to, I don't remember if this was a bar conversation or a show conversation, a mead that I made for a wedding a few years back. I looked at getting I had 6 months to plan it, buy the ingredients, brew it, and bottle it.
That's fast for me, but 6
It
months.
was very
you
fast.
can turn
and
it around.
It's doable. It's not as good as it could be. That's bare minimum
Do
fermentation.
something 8 or 9%, and it'll be a lot more.
Oh, I bummed it up, but I wanted it clear. And I ended up not using the clarifier because I bought it and I was reading the ingredients in it. And I can't remember the name of it. But if it's something you're making for yourself, do whatever you want. Don't care.
Dude, flavorless gelatin's the best clarifier. In my
If
opinion.
it's something you're going to be sharing with people, you have to be aware of the ingredients in it. This particular one I had bought at the brew store was a shellfish base. So it had like it used shellfish as something to help drop the stuff out of sediment, and it had shellfish in it. And when I contacted
shellfish.
Yeah.
Because I know like gelatin that I use is derived from like animal bones. So like vegetarians and vegans shouldn't have it, but even some vegans, like they view yeast as like a living organism, and then like you can't avoid yeast. It exists on everything.
I'm a vegan, or osmo-veganism is a phrase my buddy Keith
the things I eat are vegans.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Therefore,
and I have no problem with people's dietary choices. Like one of my best friends is vegetarian, and I've done vegetarian or vegan, and I like cooking. So like for me, like I approached it from an interesting cooking challenge.
Yeah.
Like how can I use things and how can I make good food that is vegan, or how can I make good food that's vegetarian?
Oh, I don't do that.
And
Well, if you're missing out, there's some amazing vegan, vegetarian food.
Oh, I
That is
believe it.
amazing.
I've had some good stuff.
I make a phenomenal vegan chili. And,
But I like steak.
We had
and chicken.
We had a camping
I don't like
excursion
pork.
one time. A big group of us get together at the what are called the Kevorkian cabins, which for anyone from Michigan or else, they know who Kevorkian is. He assisted terminally ill or elderly people with assisted suicide, and it was illegal at the time. And I think in this state, I think it still is illegal.
Yeah,
But
still is.
where he would take them was these cabins in Bald Mountain, which is a like a metro park or a state park or whatever.
Bald
in
Mountain,
Michigan.
like an
Mountain
hour
Cabin.
from here, Bald Mountain?
Yes, that's the exact same one. Yeah,
Was that close?
Me and my friends have stayed. We'd rent two of the cabins, the Morel cabin, and I can't remember what the other one is because there's lots of wild mushrooms there. So that's another reason we go.
And better when it warms up.
We'd rent these cabins, and one of the everyone was responsible for bringing kind of like a dish to make. And we had this big, like giant cast iron kind of like vessel to cook in. And someone's
Talk more about that after.
Someone's like, hey, who's the we need vegetarian. So I used my garden and harvested everything from my garden to make vegan chili. So, carrots, spinach. The only thing I didn't harvest was the beans and the quinoa because it had, kidney beans, black beans, quinoa, and I don't grow quinoa or beans. They're just too inexpensive to buy.
Yeah.
But it turned out really good. Took a lot of habaneros and jalapenos from my garden and made this like big pot of spicy
Apparently
chili.
there's some construction going on in the back.
Yeah, StarCraft is expanding, I guess you could say. So
I'm
hopefully,
okay with that. I'm okay with
yeah,
that.
hopefully sometime in the future there'll be more room here.
Yes.
But I would
We'll have to see how that goes.
love to segue since we're drinking honey-based beverages in this episode.
All right, you scrubs-wearing savior. This one's for you. The nurse who's seen more veins than a junkie in an alley. You're out there, threading the needle between life and death, turning sickness into health while life tries to flatline your fun. So grab that frosty pint of medicinal malt, guzzle it down like a patient downs their pills, and face the day with the audacity of a nurse who's fresh out of fucks to give. You've got empathy, endurance, and the most reviving brew within arm's reach. Here's to you, the healthcare hero turning life's pain into palpable relief. Now, let's get back to it and inoculate this day into submission. The only pressures we want to check are the ones in our beer kegs. So bottoms up, you bandage brigadier. Let's show this day how we nurse our way to victory.
Maybe a little bit of self-promotion here, if you will. For those that don't already know or those who haven't heard, me mention it before, I'm a commercial beekeeper. I have me and my business partner, John, keep, a lot of bees.
Wait, how does he spell his name?
You've gone over this before. The only right way is Jonathan is his name.
Okay.
So
You lose points, buddy. You lose
and
points.
maybe I'm a jerk because I really should ask him, do you prefer Jonathan or John? I just always call him John because it's easier for me. But we started a commercial beekeeping company this year. I've been a beekeeper for about 7 years, and this is the first year we started taking it to a commercial level. And we're named Southern Roots Apiary, and we focus on honey and honey-related products. Our most popular being our hot honeys.
And it's good. I got to be careful with spicy stuff, but their hot honey is phenomenal.
Yeah, I'm pretty proud of it. I've got 2 different varieties we sell now, and we're kind of expanding. But one is done with like freeze-dried habanero, so it's like got that nice habanero punch, and that variety is very sweet than heat. Like you get the sweet and kind of a little bit of like the tart from the cider vinegar, and then you get like that habanero punch where it's a real fast come up and a real kind of like slow come down. And then we've got the hell honey, which is the same recipe, but instead of habanero powder, I use a little bit of like dried smoked paprika and fresh apocalypse scorpion peppers.
I've not tried that one yet.
So is that the one you brought me?
That's the one in the jar that I got you. Yeah, that's the hell honey.
That was so good.
It smelled
amazing.
hot.
Amazing.
And you believe it or not, like people when they hear apocalypse scorpion, they think, oh my god, the honey must be so hot, and it's not.
And the honey kind of overpowers it and tones it down,
Yes,
seasons it up a
that's
little
the
bit.
amazing thing. Even the regular hot honey was really good and enjoyable.
The best part about the hell honey for me is because it's used fresh peppers. Like you get that fresh pepper taste and smell,
Nice.
and the come up just based on the type of pepper, like being the hottest thing I've ever eaten. Darrell and I like to bring up all of my super hots, and Darrell and I will eat them because he's the only person I know who wants to sit down and like, yeah, I'll eat 15 super hot peppers. Like that's fine with me. And
You must hate yourself the
I
next
just
morning.
get off on that pain.
exactly.
Whatever floats your boat, brother.
It's just like it's smoking.
That's a whole different podcast.
Smoking Ed Curry, the man who invented the Carolina Reaper, and now the world record Pepper X.
Oh, yeah, we talked about that last time.
3.69 million or 2.69 million Scoville units. And so he used to be a former drug addict, and like he found that like he got a high from eating hot things, and you do. Your body literally is reacting like you burned yourself with fire, and it's not the pain you experience is superficial. You didn't actually hurt yourself, but your body reacts in that way, so you get that adrenaline rush. And so there's a certain level of bravado to it, too. Like, where, there's a certain level of like, I'm tougher than you because I can eat a 2 million Scoville pepper and you can't. Like,
That last pepper you brought in, what was that at?
that's the Apocalypse Scorpion. They should rank about 2 million.
Because we were eating just the pepper alone.
And it was the hottest pepper I've ever had.
Good
but
Lord.
what I also noticed
There was different
too,
sections of it, too, though, I noticed.
Exactly.
Because sometimes
That's
I
what I was
tasted it and it
gonna
wasn't
say.
real hot.
Yep, the first
I-
bit I took was violent, and then the next 3
You
4
were
bits
crying
I
like
ate was
tears were
fine.
pouring out of your face.
The next 3 4
I-
bits I took were fine.
I left the full of spicy foods about the Carolina Reaper because I started to have, we'll just call it next morning,
The
issues
Scorpion and the Reaper,
burns from
the same level.
There, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And so like this hot honey, the hell honey is kind of a limited release because as long as I can be harvesting these peppers for my garden, I will make it.
Yeah. Maybe one day we'll do a tasting on it. I'm gonna warn y'all now though. I get the hiccups really bad when I eat spicy stuff. Like it sounds like I'm gonna throw up. I don't. I never have. I hope I never do. But it is hilarious.
I gotta say, both of them are not that spicy. That was what I was kind of trying to lead into with that pepper is crazy hot. But I use like 5 of them, maybe 6 of them to make like 24 8-ounce bottles of hot honey. So like the amount of pepper that goes into it is so minimal.
Relatively small,
Yeah, it's enough to get the flavor of the pepper and just enough of the heat.
Nice.
But when we do the eating peppers on the podcast, you have to bring a Starburst. The Starburst by far were my favorite.
the
We're
pepper
gonna
I've
have to
ever
have to
had.
wait till next new. I've got a pepper called Lemon Starburst.
What is
and
it?
Shout out,
400,000 or 250 or?
shout out to Kangstar. One of the greatest pepper breeders of our time, in my opinion. Like the dude is just passionate about it. He created this. It's from 2 different peppers that he bred, but it's this little UFO looking pepper that is bright yellow.
It was
and
so good.
It's about habanero heat, so somewhere in about like the anywhere from like 100 to 180,000 Scovilles.
Huh.
The ones that we had
I'm in.
weren't that spicy, but they have this wonderful, super lemony, floral, almost a little. These ones had a little bit of like bubble gum to them.
Nice.
Like they were super good, but I'd eat them all day.
Well, so for those interested in buying the honey, the hot honey, or the hell honey,
That's right.
Where
Hell
can
honey
they
all the
find
way.
you to get it? Or where can they get dishes made with it? Or where can they find you? How can they contact you to buy it?
Well, as of today, which no one will be able to see it today, but the Commercial House in Richmond has a brunch on Sundays. They will be using my hot honey on their chicken and waffles. We do a lot of local farmers markets and things of that nature, but you can look up Southern Roots Apiary.
Spell that for people because that is a weird spelling.
Southern Roots, as in SOUTH.
I just meant the apiary.
Southern.
You can't spell Southern Roots. I mean, I'm sorry.
That's a fair approximation because next door they posted on their Facebook that they would be having Southern Roots Aviary, which is where you keep birds. And I was like, that's a bird place. Apiary, though, is APIARY. Apiary,
go.
being a place where you keep bees.
Nice.
So our next stop is Commercial House.
Yes,
To try
brunch.
some of this.
We are going there to have some spicy chicken.
We've
and
had a
waffles.
lot of beverages. We need to balance that out with some solids.
And more beverages.
So,
Well, there
so
will
I
be
got a
beverages.
question for Miss Darrell. You guys think about making mead anytime soon? Because that would be phenomenal.
So we've been trying,
Oh,
and I failed miserably.
what? Let's try
times.
some of that out, and we'll see how it goes.
We're straightening it out, yes.
Darrell's brother here, Phil, who makes a lot of their wine.
He does amazing with the wine.
I have
good.
bees at his
phenomenal.
house,
Nice.
and he's been talking to me about making mead for a very long time. And I tried to go out there and pull the honey from his property yesterday. And I'll tell you, his property is very wet, and my shoes are made of mesh. And
Dumbass.
you know, hey, it was about dark. Well, we were coming back from a farmer's market, to be fair, but like
To be fair,
it was
To be fair,
dark and cold, and the bees were not cooperating. So that's another mission for today, to get Phil's honey
excellent.
for some mead.
That sounded wrong, but whatever.
I love Phil's honey.
he loves yours too, I'm sure.
Oh boy, we should probably call this a day because this is just devolving very quickly.
Hopefully his wife's not listening to this.
I guarantee you she's not and won't. Good seeing y'all. We'll see you on the next one.
Sounds good, buddy.
See ya.
Yo, you gotta
I do. What am I saying?
My
name's goodbye. Darrell. See
Stay
you next
frothy, my
time.
friends. I'm Darrell.
Bye-bye. If you didn't learn anything today, at least remember this. Beer's the answer that makes everything better.
Can't remember the question, but who cares when you have a cold one in your hand?
remember, everybody, drink responsibly, drink high gravity.
Most importantly, drink well.
Okay, not the well. Life's too short for bad beer.
Stay frothy, my friends.